They have about 48-hour videos.
Yeah, we don't need that though. There's nobody.
But on 2 times.
If anybody actually tunes in and makes it to the end of this podcast, please
Like and comment down below.
Yeah, like and comment down below. Subscribe.
Comments in all the time you lost interest.
And with that, yeah. Is this thing on? Hello? Oh, okay. I think we're good. All right. So, not really knowing how to start this, I'm just going to go ahead and say hello. My name is Casey, from Theme Park Casey on Instagram. And, yeah, I don't really know how to start this other than kind of just getting right into it. So this is Parks and Yap, a new podcast that is coming to you on YouTube and hopefully other streaming services as we go on. I am here today to yap about, I don't know, pretty popular new place that's being built here in Orlando.
Pretty epic.
Oh, pretty epic new place. New theme park called Epic Universe. I mean, maybe you've heard it. Maybe you've heard of it. Been a lot of chatter about it, so we're going to chatter a little bit more about it today. I'm here with 2 of my best friends. They're brothers. They just went to Epic Universe like last week, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I'm here with Gabriel.
Hello.
And Michael.
Hello.
And yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. So tell us about, like, you went to visit, right? You went to visit with family?
Yes, we went to visit with our parents and our aunt, who got us into the park during the employee visitor
team member previews. Team member previews. Very nice.
We did visit every themed land, even though we didn't do everything in themed lands. Started our day in Nintendo World, went over to How to Train Your Dragon, went to Dark Universe after, and then, we were everywhere.
Yeah, you did like a pinball.
Yeah.
You hit the double shot.
And then while...
we kind of split off. We went to Harry Potter while I went to the Cosmic Rewind, whatever it's called. The Cosmic.
Wrong part.
The Cosmic.
Get out of the podcasts.
The Stardust Crusaders. That's what it is.
No. Okay. So the Stardust Racers.
Yes, sir.
All right. You got a little racing in. So yeah. So sounds like you guys pinballed around. You spent a good amount of the day there. Myself, I've gone twice. I went, towards the beginning / middle of March, as team member previews kind of just opened, and then I went one more time towards the end of March with a friend and his family as well. So I kind of got 2 different experiences, but Michael and Gabriel here have been more recently than I have. So, hopefully they, we'll be able to give you guys some good insights. You guys kind of put in some questions and what you wanted to hear. So, we'll be answering those questions as well. We'll see how long this goes on for, how much we can yap. But, thanks for tuning in, and let's go ahead and kind of just get right into it.
You haven't been since they allowed picture.
No, I have not. And you guys were right after that cutoff.
Like the day after or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went twice, actually. When I went the first time, it was like, it was so horrible. I had to have my phone
away.
restrained from me.
No,
it's genuinely so hard not to take pictures. That's how beautiful it is.
No, yeah, that's for sure. I felt the same way, because for me, as a genuine content guy now, I've been doing this for, about over a year now, hardcore, and wanting to, do that is get as much of the content as possible when you're there. It is so hard to not take your phone out of your pocket and be able to do that kind of stuff. But I also found it very freeing to be able to, experience everything without the stress and the hassle of having to document things, and like being able to just be in the moment was amazing. But I did find myself many times, like I would find somebody I know and I'd be like, hey, you want to take a picture together? It was like, we can't do that. We can't. But it's just, that's secondhand nature for you when you go as much as you do and you get that content. So it's really, it was definitely difficult. Yeah, I'm dying to go back. But as we're recording this now, it's Wednesday, April 16th, and today's the last day for team member preview overall, as far as we know. And tomorrow starts pass holder previews. So if you're an annual pass holder for Universal Orlando, you get in, or you have the opportunity to buy one ticket on any day, I think through the beginning of May. You get like 2 weeks for the pass holders, and you get to go, and you pay anywhere from about $120 to about $140 towards, the closer we get to opening day. And so that starts up tomorrow. So I will be purchasing at least one of these days so I can get my creator fix in hopefully soon. I've had a couple people who've gone, who've been able to, you guys as well, you've got a lot of content as well, and you're sharing it, making sure that it goes, it gets out there. I'm able to kind of get my hands on it and do a little content here and there. But hopefully soon I'll be able to head back, and once opening day hits on May 22nd, it's really going to be real. Everybody's going to be able to see that, and it's going to be long lines. It's going to be epic. An epic opening.
Maybe not the long lines, but
well, I mean, hey.
Well,
it's going to be real hard to get in, too.
It's going to be real hard to get in. I mean, pass holders already got the first dibs to get in. That was one of the perks, was that pass holders got the first options to buy tickets that for those first couple of weeks. So the first couple of weeks are gone. Like, you can't even get in. So it's definitely going to be something to see. I'm really excited to see how it goes. And the media coverage has already been huge for it. And it's what Universal really needed. It needed that little step up to kind of go over the king of Central Florida, which we all know is Walt Disney World and all of those parks. So this is kind of Universal's response to kind of being that big dog here in Central Florida. So hopefully they do a really good job. I'm definitely on Team Universal here, and I'm excited to see how everything shapes out. So just kind of going into what our timeline is going to be for this podcast. We do have some Yap session right now that we're kind of going through, and then we're going to go kind of straight into some of the questions that you guys submitted on my story, some of the things you guys wanted to hear. Excited to go into those. Gabriel and Michael have a little bit of a clue of what we're going to talk about, but it's kind of going to be raw answers, kind of just going in and seeing what our original takes are on these. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So first question that was submitted was, what would your go-tos be if you only had one day to go to Epic Universe? What would your go-to, like attractions or lands or whatever, if you just had one place to go that you really wanted to experience and you've seen all the stuff, what would it be?
Like just picking one ride
or one
land?
Yeah, either or. They kind of left it open. So
I mean, they are all really good. I really enjoyed the How to Train Your Dragon land. Even though I'd never really seen the movies, I'd watched the first one maybe like a week before we went, and it was very representative of the movie. All the characters are good. The meet and greets, the shows, it's all very immersive. But that's for like the land itself. I think if I had to pick a ride, Monsters Unchained was probably the best ride that I went on.
So if you hadn't gone and you'd seen all of these things that were kind of hyping you up, these videos, these podcasts, these, little write-ups on it, let's say you hadn't gone and there was one place that you were going to run to.
It would probably be How to Train Your Dragon Land. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like all the worlds is so hard to determine which one is better than the other, and I feel like it's not okay for me personally. I feel like it's kind of unfair because Nintendo Land is just it looks identical to the games. When you're in there, it looks like you're someone in the games, and I feel like that's also like some of the go-to rides that I'd choose. Donkey Kong is probably, if you could ride one ride, I'd probably say either Donkey Kong or the Stardust Racers, which was also really fun. I feel like it's too soon to determine whether I like Stardust Racers better than Velocicoaster. I feel like it's very up there. I don't know if I would say that it's better. I feel like it's on par though. And also with the Monster World, I feel like, I don't know, man. It's like Nintendo has always been big for me. So I feel like how other people that aren't really into Nintendo could really enjoy the Monster World, and that's kind of what I felt. But unfortunately, I feel like Nintendo kind of blows it out the water with their world being the best.
Very interesting. So those of you who may not know a whole lot of, what Epic Universe is, I mean, I know you've probably, no matter what, you've seen things it's hard to avoid. It's really big news here in Florida that, that it's coming. It's been since COVID. Right before COVID was when everything was kind of announced and kind of just dropped out of nowhere. And then COVID happened and everything stopped. They were breaking ground on everything and kind of teasing things, and then all of a sudden everything stopped. And now it's really ramped back up, obviously, because we've seen all of these amazing people who are going over with drones, and they've been documenting the, every step in the process of this place being built. And so now it's here. Like we're a little bit more than a month away from opening day, and where tomorrow starts everything, where people really are going to have their first shot at seeing everything, and especially the pass holders. So that's going to be huge. But those of you who might not know much about Epic Universe, we've got 5 brand new lands coming with Epic Universe. So as soon as you walk through the big Kronos, which I'm sure most of you have seen, it's the big entry portal that you're going to walk through. It's got the spinning elements at the top. It's got the arches, like the iconic, universal archway. As soon as you walk through there, you walk into Celestial Park, right? That's all like kind of space, astral themed. That is where you're going to find your Constellation Carousel. You're going to find, that's where Michael mentioned the Stardust Racers. That's the dueling coaster that's in that land. And that's where you're going to find a lot of that is your entryway into everything else. Everything is going to be located in that Celestial Park area. Your first land over to the right is How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. So it's all themed around the original setting in the first 2 movies for Isle of Berk, and that one is a sight to see for sure. You walk a little bit farther, and then you get to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and that one is all based on the Ministry of Magic. So that series is all based in Paris. So you're gonna have a land that's kind of themed with tall buildings.
Well, it's kind of weird too, because like the land itself is based on, I think it's 1920s Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
And it's like a Parisian style, but then the ride itself is themed.
It is the Ministry of Magic.
The Ministry of Magic. I don't know when it takes place, like 1980s, 90s.
Yeah.
Potter.
Yeah.
So, a little weird. But
it takes you in different places, and I think Universal does a great job of that, because it really kind of, you're walking into many different places. I mean, Celestial Park and Epic Universe is all kind of about futuristic feeling, and then you walk in there and you're completely, transported to a different time. You walk a little bit more, past the Wizarding World on the opposite side, and you've got Dark Universe, which is all based on the monsters, the classic monsters of Universal. And that one is just, it's like the smallest land. I feel like square footage wise, I feel like, you can walk through there and really take your time to appreciate all the detail that's in there, but it does feel like it's definitely smallest land.
Really? Maybe it's just because I feel Nintendo is more confined that it feels.
Probably, yeah. Because that's the next land is the Super Nintendo world, and that one is your full on Mario feeling, full on Nintendo games. But then you go further into that land, and you've got the Donkey Kong Country. So that one at least for me, feels like huge. Like you feel like you're walking forever in there, and you almost don't realize it because you walk in and you see the big wall of everything. But once you get down to the bottom floor, you've got a lot of different places.
So many little details that like you would definitely not notice in the first time going. Like the first time I went, I saw this one little detail. There's a game that Nintendo has made called Pikmin, and they have these little Pikmin guys. I don't know how to describe them. They had these little guys just like on a leaf or something, and I thought it was strange. But then when I went back the next time, I noticed they were all around the park. So they have little details like that. Just
they're everywhere,
scattered around the park.
They are everywhere. I mean, you could go one day, and you might have been able to go on. Maybe you're lucky and you've gone on every ride. You might have seen every show, but to truly get your immersive experience, oh my Lord, you're not gonna get everything. I mean, they've really done an amazing job where whether you spent all 9 hours or 10 hours in Epic Universe, every time you go, you're gonna experience a little bit more. And I think that's what we've come to know about Universal. Like as many times as you go to, the studio side on the original parks, when you go over to the studio side, there's a lot of details there where I've been going for years, and you just start to realize some of these things. You go in the back alleys and you see all the details that are in there, or you go over to Islands of Adventure and you're able to kind of really take in all of the rock carvings and all the different places all over Islands of Adventure. So, all of these things I think we've become accustomed to with Universal, but now we're seeing it even more with like that cutting edge technology that they're talking about, the brand new architecture that they're bringing into this park is things that we've never seen before. So it truly is, they've done such a great job of immersing people. So I feel like, I think my answer to the question of the go-tos, like if I'm talking to you and you're asking me, what do you run to on your one day? Like, what is the one thing that I think that everybody should be able to see?
Let's go to the hotel.
Yeah, let's go to the hotel.
It's also worth mentioning,
literally just opened today. Yeah,
the architecture. That is located between the Harry Potter and the Dark Universe land.
Right in the middle.
In Celestial Park. It's connected to the park. It is a beautiful hotel. I think they have other hotels opening.
Yeah, they're already open. Stella Nova and Terra Luna.
Yeah.
They're a little off.
Yeah, but you see them when you go into...
Yeah, you see them right there.
But the main,
the one that's overlooking everything, yeah.
What's the name of it?
That is the Grand Helios Hotel.
Grand Helios, yeah. That's a really pretty building.
And that literally just opened today. So people are getting to experience it and stuff. And everything I've seen, the view that you get to see of the park. The past couple days, the park's been open a little bit longer for team member previews, and they got to show off the fountain show finally. Mm-hmm. It is incredible. Like, it's all themed for different lands. You'll hear the music for the different lands, and then the lights go as the water goes, and it's incredible. I mean, it really is going to be a sight to see when everything is working at the same time, and you're able to kind of experience all the different offerings that Epic Universe has to go. So I think God, that is such a tough question. I think I think the thing that I'm trying to get across is you gotta go. You have to go, and if you can only go once, I would almost rather tell you go and don't wait in line for anything. You know, in my way, I'd be like, go, force yourself to put your phone in your pocket and experience it the way
in the stories.
Experience it the way that it's supposed to be. Like, put your phone away, go into each one of the lands, and just don't wait for anything. You know, just go and just witness everything. Take it in, because there's so many people who have been able to do that. And there's so many people who want to be able to do that. And I think that's just that feeling that you get of when you walk into a world and you get to be somewhere else. You get to put yourself somewhere else that we don't get to do as adults as much anymore. Like, and then when you do that, you're kind of frowned upon for doing that. Like, you're an adult. Like, why are you having that kid feeling? But like, no, we are all still meant to be able to have that feeling that you've always wanted as a kid when you walked into, I'm going to say it, when you walk into Disney, you know, like you have that feeling, wow, I'm here. This is something I've really wanted. And I'm looking at Gabriel over here because I know he's the skeptic for theme parks. And that's why, like, I wanted to have him on the show. And because his hands are up like absolute cinema. But no, I mean, like, I wanted him because over the past year, you've become a little more open to coming to the theme parks, and but like, I applaud you for that, because honestly, you know, when you have that, when you have that, like, you have that mindset of like, no, I don't know how to even explain it. It's just you have a different viewpoint on how everything goes. But now I think you've come to appreciate these little things when you get there, and you can immerse yourself.
I feel like because the universe is like the new theme park, there are experiences that we've not really had before.
Yeah.
So that's probably why
it's not monotonous. It's not something you keep going to and you're like, I'm tired of this.
Yes.
And just for background, these two and their family have gone to Disney countless times. You're immersed in it
after week.
Yeah. You're immersed in it. You know, you go home and you're at Disney still, you know? I mean, like, but that's just part of your culture. It's part of your family's culture, whether you like it or not. It's no comment. But no, like, you know, so I think to be able to experience something different is intriguing for you. And everything I've heard is that you do, whether you enjoy it or not, really isn't as much for you as it is you appreciate it. And you can take the time to appreciate that and the craft that was put into it. You know?
Especially because this park is like so detailed. All the animatronics, most of the rides, we'll get into that.
The animatronics do get a bit
The
quirky.
animatronics get a bit quirky. It's very realistic.
FNAF reference.
But yeah, it's
Oh God. FNAF at Halloween Horror Nights to be continued. We'll talk about that another time.
Monster Universe introduced Freddy Fazbear.
Oh my!
Can we give FNAF?
Can we on Monsters Unchained? Can we
make that happen?
We replace Frankenstein with Freddy Fazbear.
Absolute.
Can we get a Springtrap ride? Can we get put into Springlock suits?
Oh my!
They have those monster makeup places. Just
Wait,
doing a Springlock suit.
some might say Unchained. Okay,
wrong part. Get out.
Okay,
That's your second. That's your second strike.
and you're out. You're confined to the Constellation Carousel.
Ooh. All right. So I guess in that topic, we kind of went all over the place, but you know, I think we each have different things that we can appreciate and be able to tell people. This is kind of what it is. Go and experience it. There's still plenty of dates available. Like, go. And you know, those first couple of months of Epic Universe are going to be jam packed So I would honestly make a list of the things that you really want to see, and if you can't get to all of it, it's gonna be there. The Epic Universe isn't going anywhere. So
Pokemon, go to Epic Universe.
yes,
Nintendo Land, when we're getting Pokemon.
Oh,
that's a whole nother topic that we can cover at some point.
yes.
I don't know.
I do like your
Can we
point.
get an animatronic Bulbous? Like
the
voids and
Bulbasaur.
How to Train Your-
Oh God. Okay. Anyway.
No, but I do like your point when you said just put your phone away and just immerse yourself and experience it, because the first time I went, it's like when I walked into each of the worlds, I stopped and I just took a second to
He fell down on his knee.
I fell down on my knee.
The second time he went, phone out the entire time.
Of course.
Of
Already experienced.
He took it out. Oh, that's an advanced reference for any of you Seinfeld fans. But anyway, I digress.
Seinfeld Land when?
Seinfeld Land when?
4?
Seinfeld 4? So then the next, okay, let's go on to the next question. So the next question I had was just pretty much overall food / ambiance.
That's a weird grouping.
It is a weird grouping, but they kind of wanted us to cover, and I felt like it was good. It was
The food is the ambiance.
that's an interesting take.
Yeah, except actually that's wrong.
Okay, never mind. I was like, that was a good, whatever. But yeah, I wish we were on camera so you guys could see that. Yeah, brotherly banter here. But food and ambiance, yeah. So the 2 times I went, I really did not get to do much in the food way of doing things. Unfortunately, it's in that aspect, I really wish I had more time. But the 2 times I went, I was determined to try and get as many of the actual experiences in the park as possible. So I put food as my non-priority for the day. And so unfortunately I did not have the opportunity to try many of the foods. But I know that Michael here, the food connoisseur, devourer. Okay.
I wouldn't say cause.
Devourer.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Okay.
Well, the first time I went to the Atlantic, that is like right near the entrance.
The ocean.
It's a big aquarium. When you walk in, you get to see the fishies fly around. You get to take
All about that.
I get to take an elevator down to the dining area. But yes, the food was very good. It's of course fish based. I got the salmon.
Okay.
And
Rusty?
I also tried.
God, we're going to another Seinfeld reference.
I also tried. Actually, I forgot what she got, but it was extremely good. It really was.
Good one, John.
And it was 50% off.
Oh, hi. Okay.
Remember?
Isn't that like a number one rule? Like, don't eat the food that's 50% off.
No, because the team member preview, every food was 50% off. With
Every food.
every
Food, all the foods.
every ingredient.
Okay.
So, and based on what I've heard, you thought that the portions were 50% off too.
They were. That's what I'm gonna get into. They were really good, except for
Insert.
it was very
Sound effects.
Order sounding.
yeah. It was very small for the amount that you got, and honestly, I feel like I wouldn't.
It was very small for the amounts you got.
The amount you paid. I wouldn't recommend it if it wasn't 50% off, like how we got it. So, like, if you're willing to throw away that money, then go for it.
Just take my money.
I think it's really good, except for just the portions are really small. We actually ended up going out and eating right after too because it didn't fill us up.
Okay.
But yes, it was really good. And then me and Gabriel also had the cosmic burgers.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I don't know where this place is
burgers.
because we were on
Right in
fire
front of
drill
like Harry
when
Potter.
we had the food delivered.
There was a fire drill in the park?
Yeah, we were on it.
You were on a fire drill?
That's the boat ride in the Isle.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The fire drill with a Y.
Yeah, we walked.
Oh, that's the one where you shoot at the targets, right? Oh, that's cool. I didn't get to ride that.
People shooting at you in other boats.
That's pretty fun.
Well,
When I went through it, when I was with my friend the second time, we were offered to walk through the queue of it. For
who is that?
No, it isn't. But I guess they were I think they were.
Get to watch.
Some of the team members that were there, I guess, were going through training. And so they wanted them to get that training of people walking through the express line and stuff. So they said, hey, you want to walk through the express lane and get an express pass at the end for any ride?
Oh,
other than Ministry of Magic or Mario Kart? We're like, yeah, we'll gladly be a part of that test. So we went through and we got the express pass, and it very much came in handy to get onto Stardust Racers at the end of the day when it was at 45 minutes, and we were able to kind of just be like, here you go. And we only had to wait like 10 minutes, which was nice. So nice. So yeah, overall food, there's a lot of different options that I've seen. I've seen a lot of people with very, very cool themed foods in each of the lands. Actually, I completely forgot that I did try the restaurant that's in the Ministry of Magic at Harry Potter. It's a very French themed restaurant. It's got a lot of French themed foods. I am not going to even
pizza.
Yes, I am not going to even try to butcher the names. So if you want to look it up, look it up. But it's the sit-down restaurant that's there.
Right as you go in.
Yeah, right into the left. They have like outdoor seating and indoor seating. It's really nice. I mean, it's a really great place. It's got great scenery inside and outside. But I got this it was like a sub, like it almost looked like it was like a baguette.
Sub above.
Yeah, the sub above. It was like a baguette, like a giant, like a sub, like a $5 foot long and a baguette. Okay, les sub.
Les sub.
I don't like that. So and it was black pepper turkey with sliced apple slices on top. I had no idea what to expect. And then
that sounds more like
you bite it and you're like, oh, that's interesting.
it's flavor.
And then you eat it and you're like, okay, that's I'll keep going. Yeah, it's very and then like the Parmesan fries, like
that had to be good.
that was good.
Guys were fine.
Yeah. And then I got this like tea. It was like an iced tea. It was a flavored iced tea.
Just the luck.
I got Ice Cube.
The guy?
Forget the iced tea. I got Ice Cube. The guy. Yes. Yeah. So that was pretty tasty. I would do that again. And I would not say that I am the big enjoyer of different French foods, but I will try mostly anything, and I tried that and it was decent. So
all the dyed black food in Dark Universe.
Oh my god,
That is. We were not getting some of that while we were in
an accident waiting to happen.
For the Donkey Kong ride. We were trying to figure we were going to eat. We saw that. We're like, that's really cool. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Sick.
Very cool looking.
Yeah.
We'll pass on the aesthetic of it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Don't know if I want to eat it.
You know what? That question, the food and ambiance, there we go. We did get the ambiance in there. Not sure about the ambiance of the food, but I'm sure the food would probably taste great. Not sure about the after effects, but
our parents had in the Isle of Berk some sort of like macaroni in a red cone.
Oh, I've heard of that, the cone.
Yeah, I wanted to try it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of offended that they didn't save some or at least say it. But yeah, that looked really good.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of pictures of that and I went, oh, okay. Oh. So yeah, that I've heard is rave reviews for. and you walk around and you're like holding that. It's like,
Well, it doesn't last.
it's like it's like walking around with the turkey leg when you're walking Universal or the Islands of Adventure, and as soon as you don't even you smell it before you taste it. There's distinct memories that I would walk past like Jurassic Park. Like you walk under the arch and all of a sudden you just get the whiff of the turkey legs. It smacks you in the face.
The wall of turkey leg.
So maybe the aroma. So maybe the ambiance of Isle of Burke will be that smell of the macaroni cone.
No.
Oh well, but I don't think so, Tim. But anyway, moving on to the next question. Toofus.
Oh, I love Toofus. I only had him like a month ago, and I love Toofus.
No, this is actually really funny because you had replied to my thing on my story as Toofus, but you were not the only one.
They spelled it the same.
I had multiple people ask about
Toothless.
Toothless.
It's not Toothless, not Toofus.
I swear to God, it was Toofus.
No, it wasn't.
I swear on Toofus.
Let's see the receipts. No, that's okay.
No, I actually don't want to see
that's
them.
quite all right.
It's just for the bit. The bit's over.
Yeah.
Are you hydrated now? Okay, good. I'm glad.
But yeah, he's
Why
about how you draw attention to it.
Because they can't see the camera. It's more fun like that. It's more fun to call you out on camera.
Audio listeners, he just slurped out.
Okay, we don't need we don't need subtitles.
For audio listeners, it's a fun.
There is
And they don't hear
audio
listeners. It's perfect.
Okay.
Dun, dun.
Insert sound effect here. I don't know which one is gonna go there yet or at all. It probably is more fun if there's no sound effect there.
No,
No. I don't know why I turned, into a different language there. I digress. Toofus. So what do we think about Toofus?
Toofus.
I love Toofus.
Adorable.
I almost stole him out of the park for legal reasons. That's not true.
You didn't hear that from me. Yeah, Toothless is God. I would say if there's one experience
Toofus
that you cannot miss at Epic Universe, it's fine. I don't need the rides. I don't need anything else. Go meet Toothless. If you've never watched the movies, watch the movie. Plan a night. Watch the movie.
Even if you don't, it's
it's a dragon. And not only is there Toothless now, but there's dragons all over that land.
There's
all of
baby dragons fighting over fish.
all of the babies now.
What is it?
I thought it was
The snow wreath.
yes.
Yep.
How to train
And he
your
just
dragon.
blows like the smoke all over you.
Gabriel is losing it. Me too.
Yeah.
No. It's so cool because when you walk into Isle of Burke, you're there. You are there. Like the dragons are everywhere.
You're in Isle of Burke. You're in Isle.
You're in Isle of Burke. And the Toothless meet and greet is just it's timeless. It is something where every single person that walks into that park needs to experience it.
Toofus.
Time is Toofus.
I think, it is on like a checklist of what you want
Oh my
to run
gosh.
to.
That my first day that I went, I knew I was only going to be there for like two hours, but I carved out 45 minutes. Yeah, Toofus hours. There you go. But I carved 45 minutes out, knowing that I was going to have to wait in line for it. And both times I went, I was able to meet
And what
Toofus.
surprised me is even if you don't go to the meet and greet, there's 2 other attractions there that have these fully expressive toothless figures.
Yeah.
There's one on Hiccup's wing gliders.
And
I haven't been on that, but I have seen the
Oh my gosh.
points of view of it.
Yeah.
The toothless on that ride, adorable. He helps launch your coaster, and it's so sweet. Then the show they have there, the Untrainable Dragon,
Yeah.
that is a really crazy experience.
Toothless fly over the entire theater.
And it's not just like Toothless, the stage actor is riding Toothless over everyone.
It is such a
He's
spectacle.
literally like 4 or 5 feet above you.
Yeah.
And that might be one of the most impressive animatronics I've seen.
Yeah.
It is incredible. I mean, everything. I have nothing but good things to say about Isle of Burke. I mean, I do love me monsters, and you know that land is just incredible. And Dark Universe itself is just, I love the idea of it as a horror fan myself and Horror Nights fanatic. But I think the one that I enjoy the most is Isle. And I'm getting ahead of myself here because that is one of the questions.
Hey.
But I'm giving you a sneak peek into what my answer is going to be there, because just Toothless is just incredible, and the interactions that you get with him are just
And even just like
unbearable.
characters walking around, now they have the like Boston Dynamics robots disguised as the little night lanes.
Dragons.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rough Nut and Tough Nut. They will 100% roast you at any chance they get. I had gone up to them, and you know, I had my little 5 o'clock shadow. I hadn't shaved, and I go up and I was like, "Yo, what's your beard?" And he goes, "Oh, it's right here." And he goes, "What about yours? Did it take you a week to grow that?" I'm like, "Stop, stop." It was but they're funny, and they don't have there's no restrictions there. They will roast you. So be prepared. They're fun. So yeah, Toothless, check mark, please. That should be on top of everybody's bucket list.
And it's like, it's not only Toothless. It's like there's so many dragons just around the park.
It's Toothless.
Well, I personally enjoyed the baby dragons in the show.
Cute. No, but even like
But
the
yeah,
ones
mainly
that aren't
Toothless.
full-on animatronics, like just around the land, they have little dragon houses that are next to the main structures with their tails like sticking out, and they're not just static. Like
Their
tails sway, not just with the wind, but like they have like little twitches and stuff. It's really
And for like the water ride, you know how they have to have like the heaters outside. That's even like a dragon on top of it, like blowing the fire into your heater.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool detail.
I thought it was pretty funny, at least. Inside joke. Okay. We got 2 more questions here. All right. The next one I thought was very interesting because I have a little bit of I got a little bit of a criticism here. It's about the shade in the park. This person wrote, "I'm a pale girly." And, you know, where is the shade in the park? Shade. We might throw a little shade here because there's not a lot.
Even in Dark Universe.
I think Dark Universe though, like
it probably does have
corridors are
shade.
really like squeezed together. So depending on the time of day, it might be really shaded, but it's not like designed for shade.
Yeah.
I think the best bet is probably Nintendo World.
Yeah.
Just because it's all confined into
There's like tunnels you walk through.
those tunnels. Well, not only that, but it's
like a
multiple
bunch of
levels.
structures.
Yeah.
So if you're like on the bottom, there's definitely going to be more shade than if you're on top.
And even with Mario, like you won't be spending most of your time outside. So I feel like that probably does.
There are places
to it.
in Isle of Burke. They're mainly used for like just sit down.
Yeah, like to
off
eat.
or-
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say best bet is probably Nintendo.
Yeah, well, and I think the Ministry of Magic, you know, I think in that world, you've got tall buildings. So depending on the time of day, if you're midday, you're never going to be in the shade there.
It's not as confined or
I agree. Yeah.
a shape as Dark.
Correct. Yeah. As I remember, the real only shade that I ever saw was a couple of awnings that are in the Celestial Park.
Yeah. Like
but
lining the shops.
yeah, but the majority is if you want to go inside or if you want to get out of the heat, you're gonna have to go inside.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go somewhere.
That works out for Epic Universe.
It does.
All their queues are really detailed. All their rides, well, most of their rides are
Allegedly.
I haven't been on all. When you go,
I think we're gonna have a part 2.
when you go inside to cool off, I don't think it's like, oh, we have to go inside. If you have to go to do,
Yeah.
it's at least immersive and entertaining. It doesn't just feel like you're doing it to get out of the shade.
Yeah. I would say that's probably one of my biggest. I wish they had more of it.
Yeah.
I think that's on my bucket list of what I would want to see them do more of. Put more trees around, put more awnings, put more permanent structures that you can kind of just chill under.
We don't understand. When they get the dragon drones up, they'll cast.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
You have to move with.
Dragon drones. We haven't seen those yet.
You've seen Tess.
Now we're quiet. All we hear is the fan. Can you guys hear us? There's nobody speaking. Oh God. But yeah. I would say during the hot months of June and July, I think people are going to be wanting more shade.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see. I mean, they've got a month. So maybe they're still planning to put in more, topiaries, trees, different areas that are going to be more shaded. Right now, there's a lot of your direct sun. Wear a lot of sunscreen. I would say, good Lord, wear a hat. Wear a bucket hat. They sell bucket hats at Epic Universe for a reason.
Almost everybody has their Mario hats on.
Yeah, so I would definitely say invest in a hat that you can wear to the theme parks, because wear sunglasses, because the way it is, it's very new, pristine. The cement is very white, very sparkly. So yeah, the heat definitely reflects off of that. The light reflects off of that, so it's very bright. So I would definitely say pace yourself if you go during those summer months, because it is going to be hot and it's going to be bright. Last question, like I hinted before, is favorite land over. Oh, actually, yeah. The answer,
Land upon which Epic Universe is built.
the answer is yes.
No.
You didn't.
This guy.
This.
I think I understood it earlier. I really like Isle of Earth.
Yeah. Michael.
I'm gonna have to go with Nintendo.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like
The giant thumbs down that Gabriel gave his brother.
I feel like
I have to give play-by-play at some point.
I feel like the only one that's not hard to place is Harry Potter. And honestly, for me, I feel like maybe it's because I don't like Harry Potter as a franchise.
Okay.
But
Valid.
even still, I walk in and the buildings, I feel like that's what Universal does good with that franchise. That's what I like about that franchise. Even though I don't like the movies,
You can appreciate it.
I really appreciate what they do
And respect it. Yeah.
in the lands. And even though that's last, like it still is a really good part of the park.
Yeah, going off where would you rank the Harry Potter one? You put that last? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'd probably agree. I mean, it's not that it's bad. Like, all the themed lands are really good. I think they do a good job conveying the story they're trying to tell. But yeah, when you have Universal and Islands of Adventure, both with their own Harry Potter lands, and they're connected. This one's not even connected to the other parks. I don't know if they have plans on doing that. Probably not, because they're far away from each other. They can't really. Then why not sub it out for something new?
Right.
Because I know in like Bedford, United Kingdom, aren't they proposing a Universal Studios there?
Yeah.
Some of the,
That just came out. Yeah.
yeah, some of the lands rumored are like Lord of the Rings, Paddington, don't know. But like they even have like Back to the Future stuff. I think a Lord of the Rings themed land they could do really well.
Yeah.
And the characters are so realistic but also fantasy-esque
Right.
that they would fit in with all the other like dark universe animatronics they have there. I think that would have been really cool instead of another Harry Potter land. But with what they gave us, it was still pretty good.
I could totally agree with that. I think that's probably my 4 too. And I think it's for a very similar reason. I never got into Harry Potter. So for myself, I don't really have that connection where I'm like dying to go there and get, my house jacket cloak thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to get an interactive one.
Honest franchise, but I'm not a super fan.
Yeah, I'm not going to get one.
Stuff. See,
yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like the Flu Network in the line for
super
Magic.
cool.
That's so
super cool.
That's so good.
And you can nerd out in that in your own way because it's just really that is something you can appreciate. That's
if they could make someone not a fan of whether it be Harry Potter, Nintendo, Universal Monsters, How to Train Your Dragon, if they can make those people feel immersed in those lands, then they've done a good job.
Yeah, I totally agree. I never really got. It's gonna sound really crazy. I never really got into Mario either. That was just not me growing up. That's why Michael's favorite land is. And I think Epic Universe does a really good job of. You might not be a fan of this, you might not be a fan of that, but one of those worlds you're gonna enjoy. I feel like even if you're a complete skeptic of all 4,
the effort and the craftsmanship put into all of them, even if you don't like what it is, you can appreciate how it was put together.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my thing with that.
And even if you are a fan, like Casey brought up, it's like if you are a fan of that world, you'd appreciate it even more. Just like even standing in the line of Donkey Kong, like my brother didn't really understand like all the references and stuff, but looking around, I was like, this is identical to the game. And he never knew that. He never really experienced playing the games, but I was able to look at that and it was just stunning.
And I know that your brother was enjoying seeing you kind of nerd out over that, and no, but like there is a certain, I think, point where like I think of it like this.
Getting lost in the sauce.
Yeah. Once when you're in the South, you're lost, but you can also get lost in the South.
What?
That's what I just said.
I just said it in a funny way.
Yeah, no, it was funny.
Okay.
I thought it was
funny.
It was funny.
Laugh then. Oh yeah. All right. No, I think of it in terms of like a family of 5. Okay. Let's say a family of 5 is coming down. They don't really know a whole lot about Epic Universe. They come down for a 1-day vacation and they stay at the Grand Helios. Okay. They go out and let's say the dad is a theme park skeptic. He's there because his family really wants to go. Let's say you've got 2 little boys and a girl, and then you've got the mom. Okay. Let's say the mom really loves Harry Potter. The mom is obviously going to go in that world. And I feel like everybody in the family is going to enjoy seeing the mom nerd out over Harry Potter, go and do that stuff. They're going to go stand in line for the Ministry of Magic and love it. And I think everybody's going to enjoy seeing mom love that park. Let's say one of the boys really loves anything horror, monsters, stuff like that. So everybody's going to go to, Dark Universe, and they're going to see this kid in his heaven. He loves it. He's seeing some of his favorite monsters come to life right in front of him. And everybody's going to enjoy seeing him enjoy that. Let's say little girl is in love with Princess Peach, and anything Super Nintendo World. So she goes in there. Everybody sees her face light up because she's seeing her favorite games come to life. Then let's say the other little brother loves How to Train Your Dragon and loves anything dragons and Toofus and walks into that portal, and his whole world, as he knows it, opens up in front of him, and he sees his favorite characters come to life. And meanwhile, Dad is just dying to go on Stardust Racers because he loves anything that's thrill ride, anything like that. So the whole family is there watching him. They know when he gets on the ride, they're videoing the dad screaming like crazy coming around that turn. That's how I think about Epic Universe, because I feel like whether or not you're into anything that's at that park, I think it has something for everybody. I truly think that a family of 5 will go there and find something for each person to really, geek out over.
And for the record, just because Casey explained it that way, your family of 5 does not have to split up. And
I didn't say they split up.
I know.
You know what? Everybody, go.
We just covered. You can't do it all in one day. So little Timmy is gonna be by himself in Dark Universe while Mama's in Harry Potter.
Nothing wrong with that.
And Bobby's not going to be able to see his dragons.
Bobby?
He's not gonna be able to train his dragon.
Oh, that's so sad.
That's sad. He won't learn how to train your dragon.
I can't say anything.
That's the
Why am I even here? The bit's over.
Who are you talking to?
I don't even know at this point. We're gonna see this weekend who actually tunes into this. That's it. That's all I've got. So I honestly think we've covered a lot, but I think there's a lot we still could cover, and so there might have to be a part 2 here. Maybe we get another guest coming on, and we'll keep them both these brothers here together, and we'll have another maybe insight, or maybe somebody else who hasn't gone to Epic yet join in with us. Or maybe we'll just continue to yap over different things. There was one other thing that was brought up to me. One other thing, and it's a little thing called Halloween Horror Nights. It was brought up, and they said they wanted me to yap about it.
That's all you boys.
Gabriel goes, I'm tapped out. My time is up. You're not paying me to be here any longer. Oh, Michael, I feel like you could chime in with this. So, we've got about, let's see, 56 minutes. Good gracious. We've been talking
how long I want it to be.
So, well, probably an hour. That's it. No, I've got to be able to upload this to YouTube.
They have about 48-hour videos.
Yeah, we don't need that though. There's nobody.
But on 2 times.
If anybody actually tunes in and makes it to the end of this podcast, please
like and comment down below.
Yeah, like and comment down below. Subscribe.
Comment. Comments and all
the
caps.
time you lost interest.
There is a hidden Toofus figure in this video, and if you can find it, please let us know where you can.
And it only shows up once you watch the video in its entirety.
Correct. Yes.
Watch it twice.
At least.
And we know.
There have been some issues where it doesn't show up the second time. It's the little dancing Toofus.
He'll be there for a split second. You just gotta look.
You literally have me wheezing.
The opacity might be like 1%. Yes,
no, seriously though, if you've made it to corners, if you've made it into the end of the video, type Toofus, TOOFUS,
with all the shouting emojis, all the exclamation points, all the fire emojis. Show Toofus some love. Get out of here.
Okay, we know.
Get on out of here.
For the just FYI, didn't know really who Toofus was about a month ago,
and he's a Toofus super fan now. So yeah, comment Toofus and let us know if you've made it this far. You're a real
dragon
Park and Yap fan if you can get through all of this. So yeah, I am gonna touch quickly on Halloween Horror Nights. We've got a lot of rumors circling. And one of those rumors happens to be FNAF at Freddy's.
FNAF at Freddy's.
Yeah.
At Universe.
Can't wait to meet you.
Wait a minute.
So join the enemies.
So
this is the second time it's gonna be in the Monsters Unchained Five Nights at Freddy's.
They've already tuned out.
Where are you tuned out? 3 minutes 42 seconds.
As soon as you mentioned Five Nights at Freddy's, I was out. But no, that they've mentioned a couple of big IPs here. I almost said IEPs as a teacher. Of course, I'm going to throw out a teaching term, but no, they've mentioned a couple of big IPs here. Fallout has been one of the things that they were thinking of because they have done The Last of Us a couple years ago. There was thoughts about maybe doing The Last of Us 2 because the new series just came out, but the first one was based on the video game, so there was a lot of animosity there. We didn't really get a whole lot. Then they mentioned Fallout. Now we've got FNAF at Freddy's. The new Megan movie has been mentioned because we're getting Megan 2.0 this year. So there's a lot of big name IPs that are being thrown out, and we don't know if anything's going to be mentioned quite yet or not, and when we're going to get those first things. So it'll be very interesting.
Maybe if we get enough people to comment, they'll have a Toofus house.
This house.
Yeah.
It's the Lego house.
Dragon house. Some of the dragons are scary, bro. Some of them do be scary.
Some do be scary.
The big purple one. We're not talking about William Afar.
We're pleased to meet you.
We're pleased.
That's actually not
to meet you. Oh God. Oh, the other one that was mentioned was Scream, the Scream franchise with the Scream mask. So yeah, there's a lot of questions out there about Horror Nights, and there's I still got to try and get these guys to come with me. We'll see if that ever happens. Gabe's not giving me a very good look here. So, and then the last one that we've heard about is Terrifier, Art the Clown.
That would be cool.
Art the Clown, very gory. Very gory, very murder-esque, killing clowns.
Why all of them do that? Sorry if you're a clown watching this.
The sad face that you can give it right now.
It's not. Casey's currently trying to move a desk around to make like a clown honk noise, because before we started recording, I was shush.
It's not medicine.
No.
A little bit.
Before we started recording, I was accidentally moving it and made a clown noise. Oh, now Michael's going to try.
All right, so we've got
For the audio listeners.
okay. So Eddie, we're doing a quick summary of this video. We have clowns, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Might not.
Two-Face.
Okay, clowns might or might not be murderous. Toofus.
Fire emoji, exclamation point emoji, shout emoji.
Five Nights at Freddy's. FNAF at Freddy's. And this was supposed to be a podcast about Epic Universe.
No, it is.
And this is what we ended up with. I think this was a very successful
it's Parks
video.
and Yap.
Parks and Yap.
That was the Yap part. You just summarized it.
Okay, well, we could get back on track.
No, the bit's over.
The bit's over.
The bit is most certainly over. We have hit the hour and 2-minute mark. So I think that is where we're going to end the first episode of Parks and Yap. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've stuck around this long. And
look out for that toothless in the video.
Just the bombshell drop of FNAF at Freddy's Halloween Horror Nights. Goodbye.
Well, no,
I can't confirm or deny anything. You know what? Please don't.
I did not hear the rest of what he said. He did not only say Five Nights at Freddy, but that was the bombshell.
There's no bombshell. This has been known.
He did mention it. So it's too long.
I'm gonna wrap this up before the brothers take their heads off. So thanks for joining this first episode of Parks and Yap. I'm Casey, Theme Park Casey on Instagram. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll have a part 2 for you very, very soon. So thank you very much, and we'll see you around the parks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.